This isn't an attempt to break the B.S.C.F.A. If anything, it's an arrangement to try to break the deadlock, because we are at a deadlock. And rather than the parties reaching closer to signing a long-term agreement, we're actually, the gap is widening, because the B.S.C.F.A. keeps putting new conditions. Now they want us to back pay 2 years of fair trade. The mill, to do that, they also want us to become the conveyor of the fair trade premium. And for the past 18 months, we've said no. There was an attempt by the government to introduce legislation earlier this year to force B.S.I. to pay the fair trade premium. And we have challenged that legislation. That's a case that's going to be heard next year. So in our view, this isn't about trying to break the B.S.C.F.A. apart, but trying to find a way for there to be a smooth start of the crop to facilitate the members of the B.S.C.F.A. to deliver their cane, because the alternative was to start without them, which for us would have been even more problematic. So for us, this is a middle ground to be able to start the crop, and should and when the B.S.C.F.A. sign an agreement, then their members will simply fold into that whatever commercial agreement the B.S.C.F.A. signs. In terms of the being members of the B.S.C.F.A., from our standpoint, they will continue to be members of the B.S.C.F.A. It's simply that they are making the decision to deliver their cane and to sell it to B.S.I. But in terms of how we will receive it, they will continue to be members of the B.S.C.F.A. The court has found that you do not need to belong to an association to be able to sell your sugar cane to the mill. That provision in the Sugar Act was found to be unconstitutional, that you are forced to belong to an association. That's not the case. So what we are doing is fully in compliance with the law and fully in compliance with the Constitution of Belize. What we are seeing is that there is a sense of fatigue that is taking place, that we seem to be stuck in this Groundhog Day scenario where we give these same interviews the same time of the year. We're talking to the same people every single year around this time, and we just think it's time to move on. There is really no reason why we shouldn't have a long-term agreement with the B.S.C.F.A. in place. Everything, in a sense, is aligned for us to be able to start smoothly to take advantage of these good prices. We recently launched AgroPro. That's our attempt to try to work directly with farmers to improve their productivity so that they can see higher returns. I mean, we're living up to our commitments as a company. And I think it's really time that others do their part to try to move this industry forward.